Welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Media Hijack, episode number 93. We're about to hit that big 100 pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. Big 100. We coming up quick.
Yeah, that's 3 numbers, man.
Yes.
That's a whole different way to edit podcasts. You gotta add an extra number. All right, guys. If you guys want to get some t-shirts that me and Chris have on today.
Yes, wearing our uniforms today.
The Media Hijack. Oh, shit, scam.
Scam like me.
If you guys want to get some t-shirts, head over to themediahijack.com. Grab you a t-shirt. There's 2 designs. I ordered me a new one.
We have a new design, or?
No, I forgot there was already another design there.
Oh, shit, for real?
I was like, oh, let me just buy this one.
Okay.
I was like, who's the website guy?
What's going on here, man?
It's like, you were always the website guy. Also, if you guys want to visit our Reddit, join our Reddit community, be a member, post anything you want, even porn. No, not porn. Don't do that. Because I look at this at work, and I'm not trying to get caught up.
Oh, yeah. Reddit kind of wild.
Reddit wild. It's like Twitter with pictures and... Well, actually, Twitter is pretty wild.
Yeah, Twitter is pretty wild.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Reddit wild, but Twitter's pretty bad.
Yeah, Reddit different. They have like a subreddit called like stupid fucking kids or some shit like that.
Oh.
I was like, damn, what they do?
Now I'm about to follow this shit now.
What they do?
I want to know.
I look at some shit like, damn, that's kind of dumb.
Damn, that kid is fucking stupid.
What's that kid
Let
doing?
me follow this page. Let me follow.
Why he jump off that roof like that?
Stupid fucking
I didn't see that. But
stupid fucking kid. Oh my god.
Yeah, but they got wild stuff like that. Oh yeah, Shell Shock says it's kids are fucking stupid. Yeah. That's the one.
Kids
I knew like Shell Shock follow stuff like that.
Yeah, he a Reddit guy straight up. Straight up.
Also, if you guys want to catch the replay for this video, head over to our YouTube page. You know, like if you think about it, our YouTube is actually doing good.
I haven't checked in a minute.
You know, because if you actually look at like the ratio between subscribers and viewers,
Just kind of matching up.
it's almost like matching up. You know, the KE ratios almost like 1.0.
That's good. So it's not like completely offset of.
Yeah, because you know how like some people, right? They have like 1 million viewers, but each video average like 60,000 to maybe 100,000. But they have a million. They have 1 million subscribers. Us, like we have like 33 subscribers, and then we average like 20 to like 28 to 30 views for a video.
We're sticking close to it.
I was like, dude, we're doing good.
We're sticking close to it.
Yeah, so we can't look at it like, oh man, the numbers are down. But if you look at it, the subscribers are actually listening.
Yes, that's good. Thank you, guys. Thank you, YouTube people. Thank
It ain't
you.
like, we don't got fake numbers.
Hell no.
But that's like YouTube. YouTube is, I don't know. I think we're doing it wrong.
What do you mean?
I think we always did it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Like to market YouTube.
YouTube is so far gone for small channels.
It's I don't know. We have to do cocaine. I don't know.
LSD to figure this shit out.
I don't know what we gotta do.
It's a good question because it's
Our thumbnail game is weak. I don't know. It is weak, but it's just because I do too much. I can't just be coming up with thumbnails. I have other stuff I have to do.
Yes.
But yeah, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. If you're an iTunes member, we need it, please. But yeah, that's it. 5 stars. Let's go, guys.
Let's get it.
All right, so today's main topic, I'm going to be talking about the Nephilim Agenda. And all this info, I got it from Mr. Dr. Brooks Agnew.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an engineer too. He's a really smart guy.
Verified engineer.
Yeah, he blue check mark.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
See what this man got to say.
Before we start, do you want to talk about anything about Ukraine? Because I know that's like a big thing going on. And then we'll just go into the podcast.
Actually, I was thinking like this too. I thought about this the other day. At the beginning of every episode, we should ask like, "Hey, how was your week? How was your week?" And then you ask me how my week was.
Oh, okay.
Well, but we'll do that for the next episode. But for this one, we'll do Ukraine now. Ukraine.
How's Ukraine going?
I think they're fighting back harder than Russia expected. I think they thought it was gonna just steamroll these fucking people.
So they're really fighting?
Yeah, they got what was Lomachenko out there on the streets.
Yeah. For those of you guys don't know, that's like one of my favorite boxers.
He's awesome guy.
It is out there front line, like fighting for Ukraine and stuff. I was like, whoa, that's like pretty like, that's some legendary status shit.
Yeah.
Because you're already rich, famous and stuff, but then you go out there and risk your life for your country. That's hardcore.
Hell yeah. I thought it was fake at first when you sent it to me. I was like, what? I was like, and I kept looking at it. I was like, no, that's
real.
him.
Yeah,
that is real. Him standing right there.
And like the picture wasn't even posted on his Instagram. He ain't trying to show off or nothing. Man, somebody else took that picture, then they posted it. Yeah. But he ain't going to post it. Like, he don't care.
No, this is country.
He ain't trying to, it's like somebody like giving blood, then taking a picture.
There's another person, right? For real. Like, this is like obvious flex. Like, hey, look at me giving blood. Look at me, I'm feeding the homeless. It's like, okay, obviously you're doing it for.
Then all the people that they gave blood and they took a picture, now they're going through their phone deleting it.
Like, oh shit.
Oh, they called me out. It's okay. You don't have to delete it. That's just an example.
Another guy that was out there too was Vitaly. How do you say his name? Klitschko?
Klitschko, yeah.
I remember him back in the day when he fought Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
And he was going to beat Lennox Lewis. I never forget this shit. But they stopped the fight, maybe mid-match. And because Lennox Lewis had, like, I think hit him in the eye or some shit. And the ref was like, your eyeball's about to explode. Your eyeball's about to explode. We can't have this fight going on. So they stopped the fight. But when you looked at the card numbers, they had him winning every match. And he wanted to try to get a rematch with Lennox Lewis, and I remember they threw that shit out. They're like, no. Oh, I think Lennox Lewis might have retired or something, but
he left that Britain guy.
But I didn't realize this because I didn't know he was from Ukraine, because I remember years ago I found out he was from Kyrgyzstan, which is a country that myself and Shellshock have both been to. So I was like, he's from Ukraine too, but he's the mayor of the capital of Ukraine.
Damn.
So I was like, holy shit, okay. I didn't know he out there doing the thing. Okay. But he was out there on the streets too, along with Zelensky, the current president. He's out there on the streets, gun with a gun, ready to fight. And also the previous president before him, out on the streets with a gun. So they throwing down, man.
So here's what I got, like, from the whole thing. Like, what I saw happening, like, not just like, the whole war thing. What I saw was like the world was becoming one. Everybody was on the same page.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like the 9/11. When that happened, everybody bonded together. Everybody were on the same page.
For like 1 year.
So I felt like this was one of the moments.
So this is like
where if you could measure on a scale, like the consciousness of humans throughout the whole globe, they all be like on the same wavelength.
Politics aside, hate aside,
everything aside, and then everybody's on the same page. I was like, it feels kind of good, like I'm just walking around like, hey, the air is kind of different. It's like a shift.
We all hate one people. We all hate one country right now, guys.
Like, did we reach like a little a level higher in vibration? Now we're gonna get noticed by our senpai UFOian or alien, or alien brothers.
I give it about a week. We be back to normal.
You want to hear an alien story real quick?
Let's get it.
Which it kind of made me like, holy shit, this is crazy. So this lady, she said she got abducted, right?
All right.
And they had her like in a spaceship or something. They were doing tests on her, and then, she looked at the alien, and then she was so scared. And then the alien like spoke to her telepathically. He was like, "Why are you scared of us?" You know what she said?
No.
She said, "Because you're ugly." And you know what he said? That kind of shook me to the bone a little bit. Then you know what the alien said to her?
Yeah.
He said, "One day you're gonna look like this too." Then I said, "Holy shit! Evolved? Is this what we evolved to?
Evolve?
Like they're like the future form of humanity?" Because there is a movie like that.
Which one?
I forgot the name of the movie, but the whole movie is like they train these soldiers, right? To like they inject them with so much like, I don't know, vaccines that modify their DNA. Mm-hmm. They inject them with so much modifications, right? So their body can sustain like different type of conditions on other planets.
Oh.
So they did it to the point where they started looking like alien-like, where they didn't need no more reproductive organs. Like the penis was gone, everything. They started looking like a straight-up alien.
Yeah, smooth body, man.
Yeah, smooth body. And the texture of the skin is like, I don't know, hard leather.
Shit, man. So probably able to survive like intense pressures in space. Like your body just like big eyes, so you can like see. Your peripheral gotta be like amazing with them eyes. Like,
Yeah, and they were like swimming like fucking fast and shit in the water. They're like superhuman. So when I heard that story like on the radio, where they said one day you'll look like this, I was like, holy shit, that's us in the future, guys.
That sounds like a horror movie, but yet it sounds
evolution, man.
But that's how it is. That's evolution, if that's the case.
Evolution there has to be a hand in the jar.
But then it makes me question: well, are the aliens from the future? Do they go back in time?
Yes, to tell us we're stupid.
Look, y'all making fun of each other right now for race. Y'all gonna look like this, all of y'all. No big boobies, no nothing, no hair.
Like, we just came here for a job. Like, shut the hell up, like, calm down. Stop trying to pull out my leg. This is my project. You're supposed to be on this cold ass like table. Like, let me get that semen. Slow down.
Slow down. Chill. Relax. Relax.
Yeah. All right, let's get started.
Let's go.
All right, so this Nephilim thing, right? This is one of the topics where if normal people, if they know about the Bible and Nephilim and stuff, like they're like the fallen angels, like that's like the regular story. This is like, you got to have like a black belt and all this weird conspiracy stuff because it all adds in together. And, this guy, he has like an answer to every question that you would think of. So you're like, holy shit, there's like an answer for everything. If you're thinking like, hey, well, why are they doing this? Because so-and-so. Okay. And every answer he said, I was like, whoa, that makes sense. Like everything this dude said made sense. That's why I was like, okay, I have to start writing this stuff down and I have to tell people about it. Because I know there's like a small percentage of people, very small, that would even come across information like this. So like before I start saying everything, I just want everybody to have an open mind. Because who knows, right?
Who knows? Nobody knows.
Story time.
Let's get it.
All right, so this plan for the Nephilims, it was put together a long time ago. They had like an agenda a long time ago. So the Nephilims, they were referenced in the book Genesis, and they're known as the fallen angels that were casted out from heaven. Mm-hmm. You know that story, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, you can't stay here no more. You gotta go back home. Not back home, but you guys gotta go chill on Earth. So they got casted out of heaven. And they're known as the fallen angels. Mm-hmm. So they came down to Earth, and then they had offsprings with humans that's living on the Earth, and they created like demigods, like Hercules, for example. Yeah. And they were like big. They created big babies, like giants. Yeah. Bigger than a normal human. Like it's like Shaq times 2.
Yeah, we talked about before. I think a couple times before, but. Was it the Giants? And was that the same one that was in Afghanistan? We talked about?
Yeah.
The big red-haired giants that
yeah
killed them soldiers and shit?
Yeah, like you're talking about the recent one that happened in 2000 or some shit?
Yeah. Or maybe they're like the descendants of them or some shit?
Yeah, I think like they never died, but the locals knew that giants live in that cave. Mm-hmm. And then, like the military, they went over there. They had no idea. Yeah. And then the giants came out of the cave. Like they said they had like, 6 fingers. Yeah. They had like double row teeth.
Double row teeth, yeah. That's the one thing I always remember.
The not Teen Titan, like the Titans.
Yeah, like you had the Titans from Greek mythology, I think is what it is. Yeah.
Anime, you had the double row teeth.
Oh, the Titans. I'm thinking about Titans from like Greek mythology, but Titans from Titans from Attack on Titan.
Yeah, so that military stuff, they did come across like giants. I believe that story because if you listen to the soldier talk, he sounds shook like to the core. And then he's just trying to find answers because nothing made sense to him, because he was like, this shit should not exist. It doesn't fit in our reality. But, okay, so back to the story. So, they made offsprings, demigods, right? And they, they're having sex with so many humans, fucking up the DNA of the regular humans on the Earth, that they started making like ugly shit, like super deformed, wild, like stuff like, hey, you guys making Earth look kind of nasty. Yeah. Like, get your shit together. Stop making these monsters, These are where orcs come from. Warcraft and shit,
Oh, yeah, the big-ass green dudes, yeah.
With, like, tusks, and they're so violent. Regular humans can't, they can't coexist together because they're so aggressive.
They would kill us.
Yeah, so, like, God or somebody who was upstairs, they said, hey, what the hell are you guys doing? You're not supposed to go down there and have sex with all these normal creatures on Earth.
God's like, I'll leave y'all alone for 5 minutes.
I said make a lion. Not a leotard or whatever.
Was it a liger?
Not a liger. Or what's that? Half horse, half human?
Unicorn? Oh, no. Centaur.
Like, what are you guys doing?
What?
God, I was like, God damn, I just turn around for one. 1 millennium.
Because I went to the store and I come back home and y'all, what did you
guys
do?
Fucked up the whole DNA. So, this is when the flood happened.
Mm-hmm.
The famous flood that happened that killed everything, killed all the giants. They all drowned, killed the Nephilims, offsprings and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, the story is that they all died, right? But what this guy's saying, that's not even true, because they did speak about, the Nephilims later, like, in whatever book after the flood.
Okay.
So the story is that a lot of them knew that the flood was happening, so they bounced. Like, they actually left the planet, and then they came back when the flood was over. So they came back to the planet to do, like, hood shit. But so when they came back, right, they did things different. After they killed all the deformed babies and stuff, they said, okay, we're going to work in the range of, like, humanity, like in the ranks of man.
Okay, like work for us?
For us? Like us, for example. We're not going to, like, manipulate the DNA to make, like, really nasty, raunchy shit. Okay. We're going to make it normal, which is, like, our shit right now. What are we? Homo sapiens?
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then they said, hey, we're gonna play by the book normal like that. So from that, like, since they started working, like, with man like that, right, they started giving them knowledge. They started teaching them magic, because magic with the K is real.
Yeah, with the K, not with the C.
Not with the C. Not no magic trick.
Don't fall for the okey doke, folks. Like, the C is
the
fake.
The real magic, where I could do something to you, and you could see, like, 10 realities at one time. That's like the real magic. Like, you have to see for yourself. But, like, they taught man, like, how to farm, and like the Eternals movie. Like, how, like, each stage they give humanity
technology,
like new technology
when they're ready for it.
Yeah, when they're ready for it. Back then, like, hey, are they ready for the internet? Like, hell no.
That was like the one part of the
movie. They
can't
even grow corn.
That was one part of the movie when they gave them the nukes, and it was like, yo, they weren't ready for these. They wasn't ready for this. That's
when the regret happens.
Like, oh God, they weren't ready for bombs.
Like, you taught who? Einstein how to make.
Which kind of makes sense, because you think about from when the nuclear weapons were made, or when they were used on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, when they got blown up. 100 years before that was pew pew. Like, just a century ago, it was like pew pew, and people probably still using bow and arrows and shit. It's like the 1800s then, so.
That's not even that long.
So
like,
and then you got nukes all of a sudden. Like, that's shit's for that.
A highly advanced bomb.
The power of the sun in your hands. Yeah, it's too much.
Like, holy shit, he can harness the power of the sun.
That's in a century.
Like, in like a form where you can actually carry around.
In a metal casing to drop on something and then spread radiation everywhere. It's too much.
And here's the catch. It messes up other realities.
It sends a ripple effect.
Scientists are like, man, get out of here.
Bomb them.
Comic book man.
Bomb them.
Old sci-fi ass.
Sci-fi head ass.
But yeah, then, like, later, 100 years later, like, oh shit.
This shit's pretty bad.
How many realities we fucked up? Like, how many fines we have to pay?
Oh my.
They're
gonna eventually they're gonna come to collect.
Like, the bill is like
the tab is
3 million Jews.
Like, it's too much.
500 million Cambodians. No, I'm just playing.
But as you say though, that tech is
yeah, it's wild. Okay, so from that day forward, after they started teaching, like, humanity about all this knowledge, they said there's only 2 things now that control the whole world. Can you guess what one is?
2 things that control the world.
Even right now.
Who run the world? Girls. Oh, that's one. That's a Beyonce song if nobody didn't catch that. I don't know.
Well, one is like a balance of weapons on both sides. Because these Nephilims, like, the top guys that's here, they love when people fight. They love wars, right? So they keep a balance of weapons between different countries. Okay. So there would never be a country that's more dominating than the other. It's like it's balanced. Because if you think about it, one got nukes, another one have nukes.
It's real shit.
It's never like one got a crazy technology and then everybody's like, we can't fight this. They're too strong. It's never that. Like, it's always balanced.
It is true.
Like, we can all kill each other evenly.
Like, everybody has a gun to each other's head, basically.
And Hitler learned that the hard way. I don't know what happened to him, but I guess he felt like he had the power to actually take over the world. Like, he had the dominating power, and I think he did at that time. But there was like somebody threw that trump card in, and it ruined like his whole plan. Cause that shit is working. It was working.
Yeah, he was running to Africa trying to find like all types of artifacts and.
Yeah, and maybe they never even lost. Maybe they just changed sides.
That's what I always said. That's been my theory for the longest now.
Bob says, are you saying they're going to make an appearance? I'll get to that.
Okay.
They never left, but I'll get to that. Yeah, they were saying like this balance of weapons. Everybody get airplanes. Everybody get tanks. Everybody get nuclear weapons. And everybody get microwaves. Technology that changed the world.
Hey, real shit.
Like, hey.
Especially a microwave. Like, at first I thought like I didn't use my microwave that much. Because this was like a couple years ago. I didn't think I used my microwave that much until that shit broke. And I had to get another one.
And you realize.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to wait till next pay period to get another one. Man, that shit is.
That was a long time.
Oh, God. That was too much. I was like, okay, I'll never disrespect the microwave ever again.
Speaking of microwave, let me just go off tangent a little bit about microwave.
All right.
You know how they say it's so bad, right? Radiation and stuff. Well, they did a test like with rice where they microwave like rice, and then they had a regular rice laying down.
Dry rice?
No, like regular cooked rice.
Oh, okay.
It cooked normal way. Then one was like in the microwave cooked, or it was already cooked, but it was in the microwave for like a minute. And then they put to see how long like it takes for the rice to get bad. The radiation one got all fucked up so fast.
Really?
That's how bad radiation is.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why the microwave food we eat. Can you imagine, like,
it
because it manipulates like the water molecules, like the structure of water. It turns like regular water into like evil water. You know, because even plants don't like it. Like they did a test on plants. They gave plants like microwave water, and then they gave a plant regular water coming out the sink.
And it was just like.
And then the one, then they gave to the plant the plant that got the microwave water. It was growing like black tomatoes, dude. Like that shit was death. While the other one, happy red tomatoes. That's wild. That's why I'm scared of like the microwave, but I use it so much.
I use it all the time.
Am I black on the inside?
I think we're just people. I think we're just people that like microwave.
Like a black plant.
Black
Bob
tomato.
says that's why they say reheat your food on the stove. Yeah. But that takes so long.
It's too much. I think the issue is with microwaves, they're so convenient.
Yeah.
And now, and to the point where it doesn't make the stove obsolete, because the stove will be there. You need a stove. Like you can't cook a turkey in the microwave. You can, but who would do that? That's insane.
I saw somebody cook a turkey by slapping it.
Just slapping it and then.
Yeah, you know how they say if you slap something so fast, it creates like a friction where it's so hot to where you can actually cook chicken or turkey.
Somebody slapped it.
So somebody on YouTube, they created a device where it slaps the chicken so fast, it created a friction
heat
to where the heat to where it was starting to cook the chicken.
Did it cook it all the way?
By slapping it. Yeah, it cooked it. I was like, whoa, you can cook a chicken just by slapping it.
I thought I watched wild shit on YouTube. I didn't even see that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I followed it for a while because the first invention he did, it broke because it was just too powerful.
Yeah.
So then he was like, wait a couple weeks, guys. I'm going to come up with a new contraption to make this thing slap a chicken.
What was slapping it? Like a fake rubber hand or something? Or?
Yeah, like a rubber hand. Yeah. And they put like a thermometer to see like the temperature. To where it reaches like that cooking temperature.
And it took 3 weeks for it to.
I don't know. I forgot how long it took for the chicken to get slapped to be cooked, but it was a long time.
Science, man.
1 million slapped. I don't know.
That's wild.
All right, so there's a balance of weapons. That's one. And then the second thing is that the Nephilims, they establish all religion on Earth, and then they train those religions to hate each other. That's the second thing that they use to control the earth, religion, which is true. It's 100% true.
It's powerful, man.
Yeah, it's so fucking crazy, right? All the religions on earth, they made up all the religions on earth. And then they made them hate each other.
All right, now we have one. Now we have religion. Now let's make different ones. Let's split this shit up.
Yeah, like just let's name this one, and then Jesus over there.
We're gonna give brown people this religion, and then these people of white color this religion, and then
you guys got that one God with the 12 arms.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, trying to set it up.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, right, they're like, oh yeah, like our religion here, like Christian religion, it's like it oversees all. And then you go to like Middle East, like no, like yours is so wrong. You know, our religion make more sense.
Like,
yeah, you go to India, oh, hey, you guys tripping, like it's like that. And then if you see it, like it is like that. Like no one can agree like one religion is the real one.
I will say this though: when I was in Kuwait one time, and I was talking to a guy who was Muslim, and he was in the he was Kuwaiti military, and I had a conversation with him. He said this that gave me hope for humanity on some level. He was like, "Well, we all really do believe in the same thing. It's just that I don't get why." Because I was at work one day, and there was a Kuwaiti soldier who got into an argument with another American soldier that was working with me, and the American soldier I was working with is super like evangelical, right wing Christian dude. Like, and he's a really cool dude, but he's like super like Bible thumper to the max. But he got into an argument with one of the Kuwaiti soldiers one day. They're going back and forth, and then after he's kind of like was kind of getting proven wrong, the American soldier I was working with got up and left. He's like, "Man, fuck this shit."
Because he couldn't.
And
had no answers.
Yeah, and it was somebody. It was kind of like he was getting pressed on like, why you being so aggressive about it. But it got to a point where everybody was in the room was like, "Yo, chill out, like y'all just having a conversation. He's just telling you his religion, and you're trying to tell him that his shit's wrong." But da da da. And then so after he wound up leaving, I wound up talking to the Kuwaiti soldier, and he's like, "Hey, we all have the same story. It's like slightly differentiations, but it's still the same story with my religion, and we have a prophet." Muhammad and all this other stuff.
Right,
So it's all the same thing. And I was like, and I didn't never thought about that until when he said that, and it made me think back on it of, oh shit, it really is the same story that of Christianity. So, but the guy, the way the guy flipped out on him is like,
because he believes so strong that his religion is like the number one shit.
And I didn't think, and I also think too, he didn't want to see like the similarities in between them because I think he thought it was so like vast, and he got upset about it. I mean.
Like the American guy?
Yeah, he got pissed.
I would think so. Americans are like that.
I mean, it was like kind of drawing that correlation. Like,
no offense, guy. I'm American too.
When it was drawing that correlation of like, yo, it's the same story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same story. It's just worded different because different religions. It's like me. Like I'm showing you something like in like my language, right? And then I'm seeing it this way. But then if you look at it, you're like, oh, that looks kind of like this, you know. But I'm like, no, that's like this because you're seeing different perspectives
of it. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't judge anybody like that. They're seeing things different. And then if you think about that on the wider scale, like with religion,
big as hell,
somebody
man. Global.
Completely different lifestyle, different everything. Of course, they see religion different. They put it on like a scale to where they, make it so complex to where it looks like, okay, their religion is the number one religion.
Yeah, we top dog.
Same like with Americans and Christian or Catholic, whatever they believe in, you know. And the Nephilims, they're responsible for all this chaos. So when you guys fight about religion, think about it. You guys are fighting about nothing.
This is what they want.
We're all in the same boat, guys.
Man, if this ship called Earth goes down, guess what? Everybody's going with it. You better.
Yeah, like we're all in this together. So if you guys don't want to work together, guess what? We're gonna all stay separated. Humanity can never get along. We can never move on forward because everybody thinks they're right. Their religion's right. No, guys, get it together.
Everybody has different walks of life, man.
And then here's where I started putting the pieces together, like with the Freemasons. The Freemasons, the group that if you're able to get in this group like high level, so you get to know the secrets of the universe and stuff. But here's like the number one rule for the Freemasons. You know what it is? I don't know if it's number one rule, but it's a rule that's big deal.
You don't talk about Freemason.
No, you can talk about Freemasons. Here's the rule for Freemasons. They say that you can believe any religion you want, but you have to believe in some type of entity that is higher than men, higher than man. But you have to believe in something to be in the group. It don't matter if you believe in Jesus Christ or whatever. You don't have to believe in like Middle Eastern.
Some higher power being.
Yeah, but you have to believe in something. That's the one main rule for you to be a member of the Freemason.
So are they the good guys? That sounds pretty progressive. This one's
they're not accepting. The bad guys. Here's what I'm getting to like with Freemasons because I was listening to like an interview with a real Freemason. He went on like disguise and stuff, and he was saying like a lot of the Freemasons, even high level, what a lot of them do, they get involved in a lot of like charity events, like just trying to help the community. So a lot of the Freemasons are trying to rebuilt like a community, trying to do the positive thing like for humanity. Because I don't know how like Freemasons like got a bad name. Maybe there is a side of the Freemasons that is dark, but there also is like a light side.
Some
like
good
there's
people.
like, yeah, it's so secret. I don't know, but I know like what that guy said. He's like no, like we're not bad. Like we're out here doing stuff for the community. We're helping out and stuff, and we have like connections. That's why we're able to do like a lot of stuff within the community and get things, you know, popping like that.
I can see it being like different factions of it. Like where maybe it might have been one thing at one time and then.
Yeah, it could have evolved or whatever. Like the views were different, and like one set of the Masons, like at a certain level. Like this guy said, like how they did it, like they really did like the movie. Like they put the little cover over his head, put him in a car, then drove him to a secret location, stripped him naked, and then make him do like a pledge or whatever. But just like a damn movie, like some Tom Cruise shit. You know, he was like, holy shit. He was like, this is real. This is how I join. Then like he got into it like deep to where he can almost like level up to like kind of like the last level almost. But then he came across like some scriptures, right? That the Freemasons, they make you read like a certain type of scripture. And he said that shit, it did not match with like the old shit of like the Masons that he was reading. So he was saying, hey, like you guys
gotta change the scripts.
Like, and then he brought that up to like one of the Mason leaders of the lodge. He was like, hey, stop. Like, don't go, like, we told you to read this. Don't try to figure shit out, you know? Like, we're telling you, like, what you should read. Because here's the thing. They don't really know for themselves either. Because a lot of, like, the old Mason rules and stuff, it's been manipulated over time. Yeah. If you got to think about it, like, big power, big people in power, people.
Change the shit up.
In politics, people, like, you know, your officers or whatever, they're all in it together. Like, they're changing the rules. Just like how they changed the Bible. Yeah. How they changed, like, whatever religion. They've been doing this forever. Yeah, because this is like the behavior of human beings. Yeah. So he got to the point where he said they really do real magic. He said he saw somebody literally took somebody's soul in front of him, took this dude's soul out.
Like another member? Like
yeah, like he was like, if you see that in real life, it will shake you to the bone so hard. Like that's where he was like, I don't want to do this.
I was about to say,
I didn't know it was
I don't
want to
be here.
I was like, I didn't know you guys are fucking taking souls like this, you know?
I was like the same thing. I was like, man, I thought it was like a club, man. We taking souls?
He's like, hold on. You guys really taking souls? When I heard that, and then I heard his voice, I was like, I don't think he just made that up. Because he had so much detail on how they did it. I'm like, whoa. I was like, are you going to be okay after this podcast?
He's like, man, what did I sign up for?
I was like, you just said this like on live radio. They're doing this shit. And
I thought we were just having secret meetings, man. What is this?
But yeah, so like the whole things were like with the Nephilims from the beginning, how they established control over the earth is create all the religions and just have them all fight each other. And that's been happening. There's no religion that agree on which one is right. There's not one like, oh yeah, this one is all correct.
Even if you like when I saw in Kuwait, even when you have two people of different religions sit down and have a conversation with each other, somebody's gonna get upset. Yeah. But with me and outside, I was like, why can't we just come together? I don't get it.
But like, you know how like more like Indian and stuff, their culture is more ancient, you know, as opposed to like in the Western world and stuff. Our stuff is kind of like, you know, kind of like new.
Oh yeah, Western world is like new shit. We baby world.
Yeah, we're like the clean version. We're like Windows like 10. And they did everything in Windows 95.
Everything from the east and the south of like North America, and actually probably say of Canada. I don't know. It seems like America's just like a young place. Everything else seems older. Even Australia, it seems like America's like the last place to be like conquered or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just a baby place.
And like what I'm getting to is like I do think like I think a lot of like the stuff more in the eastern side. Yeah. They have more pieces of the puzzle of the real religion. Actually like the true story.
I believe that story more than here.
Yeah, like their story actually like it do make sense if you compare it to like how the story is like with Christian and stuff. Like their shit has more detail, everything. It's like holy shit, like you guys the whole folklore, like you can go to the library and check out a book on what's that one god name? I forgot the name. The elephant god.
I was about to say Buddha, but no, I can't remember him.
Damn, I forgot the god. Now I'm not gonna get lucky. All right, I gotta take a leak. But when we get back, we're going to continue on this Nephilim stuff, and there's a lot more.
Sit tight.
All right, yeah. All right, so back to the Nephilims. So, like, fast forward to today, modern time, 2022. This guy, the guy that's doing all the research, Dr. Brooks Agnew, they have a research team, and they do, like, I don't know, some deep research. I know they're gonna die, but they're gonna get caught up. They're gonna run up the wrong branch. They're gonna get lit up.
They doing too much?
Yeah, because I think after that one show on Coast to Coast, I was like, ooh, you said like a lot of stuff that vibrated with a lot of people that they called in. They said, George, like, your guest right now is dropping like hot fire.
People was calling and saying this.
Yeah, like they're like, I'm hearing stuff that I've never heard before that your guest is saying that makes so much sense to whatever research they did. And the puzzle's like, bloop, like that.
Yeah.
He said more. I don't know if I wrote it down, but I hope I did. Okay, so the Nephilims, fast forward to today, like, there's a small number of these guys. He's saying that there's only 4 left. 4, like, Nephilims, like, you know, the higher hand, the hand that you don't see.
Okay.
The golden shadow. Wait, you don't call it that, right? That's a cool name, though.
I mean, that's dope as shit, actually.
Damn,
golden that's shadow. Man, keep that in mind. Save that for something.
That's our cult.
This is don't take it.
That is our cult.
This is it right here.
The golden shadow. That. Yeah. But, like, there's only 4 left. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. Oh, hey, okay, hold on. Okay, so, like, here's the way they started, like fucking with, like, humans, right? Mm-hmm. There's, like, you know, a group of men that they always want, like, more power, more knowledge, more everything. Mm-hmm. So and the Nephilims, they're known to have powers and stuff. They can gift people with humanity, like, with special gifts. So the humans that are able to, like, the way they sacrifice themselves, like, to get this type of knowledge, this type of power, they have to give their soul up. So they've been doing this for a long time. Mm-hmm. So if they give their soul willingly, they'll bless them with, like, powers, with, like, wealth, with whatever they want, you know? Just to get, you know, the man, you know, on the side of their side, because they're their puppet. Okay. Because there's never no man that's going to be above them, because they hold the power.
Yeah, they got all
like
the keys.
Literally.
They got all the keys.
Like, what are you going to try to kill them? They can actually die, though, because there was actually over 200 of them, like, on this earth, but, like, they were being killed off. Oh. I don't know how. Maybe, like, a special weapon. Maybe, like, if you're thinking, like, supernatural style, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. But here's, like, the difference between, like,
hunting them down,
like, humans and, like, Nephilims. Like, they don't live forever, but they can live up to, like, tens of thousands of years. Okay. Way longer than a human.
Well, it makes sense, too, because I was thinking, like, really, Nephilims don't live forever, but they are half of us.
Yeah.
So that makes sense of...
half human, half...
whatever.
Half God.
Yeah. So that makes sense that live much longer than a normal human would ever would, but...
Well, there's, like, 2 type of Nephilims. Like, the Nephilims that are fallen angels, they would be, like, the pure gods.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but then, like, when they make the offspring, they're Nephilims, too, but they're, like, the half-breed.
Yeah, so they got, like, all the, like, strength of a Nephilim, but probably not as strong as, like, the fallen ones, if you want to call them that, maybe. Or
yeah, they don't have the full power. They don't have the full range.
But they're way stronger than a human.
Definitely stronger than a human.
They would outlive us in a heartbeat, too.
Brock Lesnar style. You know?
Yes, the size of a barn door. Yes.
Nothing but torque.
Yes.
Can't even fight. It's just pure aggression. Yeah. And so, like, this been going on for thousands of years. How do you pronounce that? Quaxo 11?
Quaxo 11? I'm missing it.
But yeah, so this been going on for, like, thousands of years, where, man, they would willingly give up their souls so they can gain, like, a type of power, knowledge, or wealth and stuff. And it's still happening today. Like, you'll see, like, I don't know how true it is, but there's a lot of stories and where rappers, they come out and they talk about, like, these guys are out here selling their souls thinking it's not real. Mm-hmm. Like, for the fame and stuff. And they're actually getting the fame, getting the money. But they didn't realize that they actually did sell their soul. Yeah. And then when they realize, it was too late. And this is where they freak out. They have their freak out event, like, holy shit, all this shit that it was real. Like, I thought it was fake.
Are they coming to the realization that, oh shit, I just did something bad?
And then this comes to, like, I think it's easy for them to do it in America because Americans don't believe in nothing, right? So they could run this shit.
Yes, that is
like
true.
Yeah, we're gonna do it just like the movies. Do the whole ceremony. You have the monks covered up in drapes and shit, doing like a ritual, and then you have to willingly give up your soul, and then easily like these celebrities, they would give up their soul just for the fame, and guess what? They're messed up now.
Yeah, America's full of if we talking about within this bubble right here, full of non-believers.
Yeah, it's scary.
Where if on the other side of the world, they'd be like, no,
I ain't selling my soul.
Why would I do that?
For 10 million? No.
It's
no
not
island boy here.
Because especially if you think about like with places where I'm assuming the other side of the world, a lot of people, it would seem has like more respect for like the next life.
Yeah.
Or they see something beyond this, especially if you think about like Egyptians or whatever, like, you know, there's something beyond this.
They definitely know about the other side.
We're here over in America, it's kind of like,
I saw them on the other side. Like they control something within like the realities. That's what I saw. They have some type of power, man. Like,
man, because
if you ever watched Stargate SG-1, you ever watched it?
Bits
like the series?
The earlier parts of it when it used to come on Fox 5, like at maybe midnight.
Oh,
like way back in the day.
Yeah, it is an old show.
It's an old show.
But like, if you watch it right, every time they travel to a new planet, each planet they always had a pyramid there, and then that's like the sign of a so and so.
They've been there.
God was there, but the God is not actually a god. It's just a person that has like really advanced technology.
They can jump through.
And then they put their mark there, like the pyramid. Hey, Earth, do you see the pyramid there? That's our land. That's our shit. So here's what I saw. True story. I'm not making this shit up. When I was on a mushroom trip, what I saw was the Earth, right? And then if you zoom out, bloop, 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 zoom out, another dimension, Earth is within the pyramid, dude. Like it's
within it.
It's like pyramid, Earth. Like Earth is like guarded by pyramid. Like it's like some type of contract. It looks so crazy.
When there's somebody else's territory.
When I get better at 3D, I can show you what I saw. It's so crazy, dude. That's when I was like, "There's something with Egypt."
So somebody's like basically
so much more special than what we think.
So somebody basically like, okay, so in Stargate, does that mean so you're saying before that the pyramids, no matter if they crossed through the Stargate, they went somewhere and they saw a pyramid, that means so and so was here.
Yeah, it's owned by whatever god that they worship.
Which means if it's here, that means
the same god.
The same god was
the sun god, the eye. Was like the eye of Ra or something. I forgot.
Yeah, that threw me off. Just yeah, that one. It's like tagging.
But yeah, when I saw that, even when I saw that on my trip, I was like, holy shit.
Staking their claim, man. It's like going to the moon and putting an American flag up there. This is like, yo, we're gonna build a pyramid.
And then in Stargate SG-1, they found that dude.
He was like some dude
stabbed his ass. Like, you're not invincible.
He's like a regular guy.
Yeah, but he has like the technology so advanced. Like he could be like this, right? He paralyzes you. Like I believe that they do have powers like that. They have like this one tomb like within the pyramid, super big tomb. You could even look it up yourself. Like it's a big tomb to where they actually did open it, but there was nothing inside of it. So I was like, what could this be? But then when I watched like Stargate SG-1 a long time ago, I started putting the puzzles together. I know like I'm comparing it to a TV show. It sounds fake, but if you think about it, on that TV show, right, they had something similar, like a big like casket looking thing made out of stone.
Sarcophagus.
And, yeah, like a huge coffin, but not made for like a regular body. It's like oversized.
Yes, sarcophagus.
So like in the show, what that device was for like if you ever got hurt like really bad, put you in the machine.
Heals you.
It's like a healing machine. So maybe they utilized that like in the pyramids over here at that time where the gods were still here. Like, cause they're going around in the show, right? What they're doing, they're going around every planet within the galaxy, conquering planets, putting like the pyramids, right?
Setting up shop,
and then boom, they bounce. But they have the pyramids there.
And they just run everything with like wherever their pyramid is at. It's like that's their territory. They run it with however they see fit, I guess. Or
yeah, and then they run their plan. They run their agenda, the Nephilim agenda. They're like, hey, you guys run this shit. You guys got Earth. Take care of it. And then they come back like, hey, we didn't tell you to fuck these people like that.
What happened?
Like, chill. Like, here's CRISPR technology. You just modify the DNA a little bit. You can get these guys to do anything for you.
Y'all went so off the rails with our plan.
What the fuck is that? A half horse, half man? Like, and he speaks English?
Well, maybe just humanity might be the mistake. Just us being humans might be a mistake. Like, oh shit, what y'all do? Like, they have penises? Like, what y'all? Yeah. Oh my god.
See, humans, like the big mysterious things about human, right? Like, if you link us with like our past, what you call that shit? Before we evolved.
Ancestors?
Yeah, our ancestors, the one before we evolved, the last one, right? If you try to link those, they said that there was a big...
Yeah, there's a gap.
There's a big gap where they couldn't understand how this evolution happened. Like, where the brain went from like this to like, I don't know, 50 times the amount. Like, the brain size was like huge.
The missing link. They tell people stories of like, hey, maybe caveman discovered fire like this. But it just went from like...
They went from fire to Wi-Fi.
Like, this is a huge gap in that story of where... It's like I think Neanderthals maybe the last one, or Cro-Magnons. Whoever was the last one after.
It might be Homo erectus.
Homo erectus, is that what it is?
I don't know. You guys could look it up.
Somebody look it up. But either way, people before us. I
don't know.
People before us, and it's like okay, and next thing you know we got weapons and then castles or some shit.
Yeah, because if you think
where's the
the gap is too big. It's just like if you compare
pyramids rather. Sorry, I mean castles.
Yeah, pyramids are crazy. But if you compare it to like today, like just 100, 200 years ago, like comparing like a horse to like a fucking fighter jet within this short amount of time.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Oh, we went from a four-legged animal to dropping bombs.
Yeah, really fast.
Like this.
If you think about
it's moving incredibly fast.
Technology is crazy. Like,
think about
we are super advanced. Like, don't get that wrong.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it twisted with like saying, oh yeah, they were more advanced back then. Like, they were, but in a different aspect.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta think different times. But imagine if they saw what we have now, they'd be like, what the hell is this? We got
Wi-Fi. What the hell? Like,
we got tools to make a pyramid. You guys get like fucking.
Y'all can communicate on
you
a
guys
global
got
scale?
Facebook? What? You guys can communicate like across the world like instantly?
They're like, online dating? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You can meet somebody somewhere else and just hang out and date.
We over here like levitating rocks. Building pyramids, and we can't tell you guys how we do it.
And you guys are doing twerking videos. We're like, what are you?
And
we're trying to communicate with the gods.
And they're having fun. Like, I think that's where like this whole story gets like twisted up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like, let's say like the people that's been here for thousands and thousands of years, right? The Nephilims, they've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
They get bored. They're like, hey,
it's like anybody else would.
Let's do something different this time.
Let's do some hood shit.
Let's start giving them like real technology. Let's see if they even know how to use a computer.
Hey humans, here's a gun. Here's a gun. Right. Here's a gun and some bullets. Have fun.
Here's how you make gunpowder. Like, oops, like they dropped the recipe and shit. The Chinese guy picked it up.
Oops, this is how you make fire. It all starts with fire.
It's like a whole book and shit how to make fire.
Then we made fire. I think what China made fireworks at first, and then so it was gunpowder, and then guns came after that.
Yeah,
they left the ingredients behind on purpose. Like, let's see what they're gonna do with this grain of knowledge.
Fast forward, like 100 years, a hadron collider.
It's just like, oh shit!
They're making a
time travel.
Wait,
black holes.
They're trying to make a portal to go to our house, the stairway to heaven.
They're trying to escape. Some of them are trying to escape. Oh my god!
Yeah, they're trying to make a modern stairway to heaven with a hadron collider.
I finally got a chance to watch. Actually, I want to thank you for putting me onto that YouTube channel with the ants.
Oh, Canada.
Yes, because I remember I saw that one video you sent me, and then last week I started thinking about it again. And I was like, let me watch some more of these videos. Let me check it out some more. I binge watched almost all this shit.
Oh, shit.
I was like, dude, this is so incredible.
It's so good.
But it reminds me of like humanity, like how I was like, that like certain ants be like, okay, he let him out this one little like tube and they're exploring and now they like.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah, it's amazing. But it reminds me of like us in some kind of way.
Different tribes.
Yeah, there's different tribes and shit.
And then he went to the wrong hole. He's like, oh.
And they held him hostage. They held the ant hostage.
They held the ant hostage.
Y'all need to watch this video on YouTube, please. It's called Ants Are Amazing.
It's like Ants Canada.
Ants Canada, yes.
Yeah.
They held the ant hostage. It was like then trying to take like some of the fluid out the ant's mouth. And
because he stole a lot of food or some shit.
Yes.
They put him in a headlock.
Yes.
And then they call like the lieutenants or the commanders.
And the queen came out big as shit.
The queen came out like, hey.
Cock diesel.
What's your set, you know?
And then the ant escaped and then.
Yeah, he did like some jiu-jitsu and shit.
That was good. But I don't know. That reminded me like humanity, how we are is just like, we kind of like, I feel like when I was watching the whole thing, it's like, damn, just like humans. Like, what if humans are kind of like this, like left in this box and be left to experiment with each other?
I think that would be a good example how we were in the beginning.
Yeah.
But still, like, we didn't come afar. Like, we didn't come too far away from that because we're still fighting.
What was some bullshit?
Like, with each other. Like, can't even get along here, man.
The tech is cool.
It's from, like, different color skin. Like, people trip out.
The technology is advanced. It's the mind. It's the mindset. It's the mind.
The mind is blocked, and I blame a lot of the media for that shit. And I'll get to that part, too.
Was that Quackshot say in the chat?
Because I'm digging this. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay. Where was I?
Sorry.
Okay, so these Nephilims, right? Physical beings and very spiritual. They were asking like, hey, are they like physical beings like where they can actually walk like the earth? Mm-hmm. They can walk both the earth and both spirit world. Oh, when I say like spirit world, it's like if you take like a psychedelic, you can see the spirit world. They can walk there too. Because I'd been to like a place to where I was like, when I was there, right? I was like this. I was like, hey, do anybody know like this shit exists? Like this, like me, like a place. It looks like kind of like China. I was like on a bridge. Everything was red. It looks like firecrackers, everything. And I was like, I know I'm tripping, but I was like, do people know about this too? I was thinking that the whole time. I know people know like this place really exists.
I always wondered with that, that most people have been there, but I've heard so many stories where people say, "Oh, I have a dream and I can't remember." I'm like, so sometimes I'll be thinking like, man, did you go there? Then on the way out, they're like, hey, you know, you can't be keeping all this information. You just
get out, wake up.
You know, wake up. Oh shit, what did I just dream about?
Oh, I woke up at 3:00. I can't go back to sleep.
Too much. You saw too much.
Speaking of dreams, right? You guys ever heard about, like, if you have a dream and you see somebody in your dream that you don't recognize, yes. Instead that person you don't recognize is watching you sleep.
Wait, what? Wait. Say that again?
Record scratch.
Yes.
So when you have a dream, right?
Okay.
And then you dream about somebody that you never met before, you never seen this person, you don't recognize their face. They're saying that person is actually watching you sleep.
How? Wait.
If you think about it, like
physically, like in the room watching you sleep, or like
in the real metaverse, yes. Like I don't like to use the word metaverse. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, but it's like a different reality.
Yeah.
Where if you do take like a drug, you can actually walk in this reality. Let's say they're walking in your dream reality.
So it's like astral projection within a dream, someone else's dream.
Yeah. Let's say like it's astral projection, but they're actually in your dream. Yeah. And they're watching you, like
watching someone else's dream.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrifying.
That's like a
that is horrifying.
It was a quote that I heard. Bob says, I usually meet them later in life. That's more freaky.
Yeah, either I've meet them later in life or
I've never had a dream where I met somebody and then later in real life, hey, you're that one guy from my dream, episode 99.
I had a dream one time that I came across a girl, and then sometime down the road, I wound up being real cool with her. She didn't look exactly like that in my dream. I think her hair color was different, but we were like we're homies in real life right now. But I was like, man, I kind of how do you tell a friend that, like, you know, I kind of dream about you like about 5 years before I met you, but now you're here, and I ain't trying to sound fucking weird telling you this, but
she's like, you're lying. You went through my emails. What are you, IT department? Like you check my trash?
No, dreams be showing shit, man. Dreams be showing real shit.
I have a weird dream too, but it haven't happened. But I had a dream where like I was in a psychiatrist's office, right? I was going through some therapy, right? And then I was like, at the end of the session, I told the lady, the therapist, I was like, you're a fraud. Like, you're just trying to make money off of me. You know, I made a big deal out of it in my dream. Like, this is fake. You're fake. You know, I was like, I want my money back. I was like, if I looked at it now, like my behavior of my dream, I was like, that ain't even me. That's not even my behavior. I'll just be like, okay, she's wrong. I'm gonna just go.
Yeah.
But then I saw myself like react like that. I was like, that's weird. But then I saw like this girl came in, like she's on the next session, right? She's like she looked like Aztecian, like, you know, like Indian tribe, but she's going to get therapy.
Okay.
And then she told me what's wrong. I was like, yeah, she's telling me some stuff, but she's not right. Like she's completely wrong. And then she told me like, hey, like you gotta like give it a chance, because like I'm going through like the same thing too. And then you just have to go through like more sessions to where she can understand you. So like just give it a try. You know, I saw the girl, she's like Aztecian girl. I was like, okay, I'll come to like a different session. But then it got to the part of the dream where I gave her like a piggyback ride randomly.
Oh,
I was like, how did this happen?
That's when you know it's a dream.
Right? Randomly piggyback ride. I was like, this is weird. And then I was like, I put her down. I was like, I'm just going to go home. Right? So I was like,
what?
I woke up like, this is a weird ass fucking dream. But you know what else is weird? In real life, what happened?
What?
It's so fucking crazy.
I gotta hear this now.
It's so crazy.
What?
Like maybe a few days later, like I got an ad for like a lot of Aztecian bracelets. I was like, whoa, that's so weird. Why are they like promoting this to me? But it's the crazy thing.
That's
like
bonkers, man.
I never buy nothing when I see ad on Instagram. I never buy it.
But you did.
But then I forgot about my dream, right? But I was like, this is a cool ass bracelet, and I bought it instantly. And then I was like, whoa, that was weird.
But then such a reaction.
And then it was like a reaction. And then I was like, wait a minute. Then I started linking up to my dream. I was like, oh, I remember like this Aztec person in my dream. And then this was crazy. I got the bracelet and everything, right? And then they emailed me like a survey, and it was all written in like some Indian language I couldn't understand. Yeah, I was like, this is getting too weird. Like,
why? That would be the first language.
Then I was like, okay, is the advertising getting in my dreams now? Like they're marketing.
Yes.
They're marketing stuff to me in my dreams. That's when I was like, I don't see no Aztec girl, but I see like stuff to buy. Weird, right?
So now you got an Aztec homie.
Now I got 2 bracelets for like,
or maybe they might be trying to communicate.
$10.
Or, cause I was thinking about this just now too. That it's not so much as like corporations read your mind. What if it's the Aztec girl talking to you from the other side, but she can only do it through.
I was thinking that too.
This shit, you know what I'm saying?
She was trying to communicate like that.
Yeah, because you can't do it.
So now I gotta go to the address where they made that,
which
is out in Texas. So now we gotta go to visit Shell
Shock. What's up? Road trip.
Who made this? Who made this?
Where is she, you son of a bitch?
Stab.
we killing folks?
Ted Bundy style.
Yo.
But yeah, I actually gotta take a real quick leak. But then when I come back, I'm gonna talk about like the Human Genome Project and how the Nephilims, they were involved with the Human Genome Project.
Hot damn.
These motherfuckers. I can't say that because they're listening. Yeah, be right back, guys. All right, so okay, we're gonna talk about like the DNA of these Nephilims and stuff.
Let's get it.
All right, so okay, the difference between their DNA and ours, I talked about this. Like they can live for 10,000s of years, as compared to us. Like we barely hit like 100. One question that they asked on the show was, can they be killed? Yes, they're not invincible. Many of them have been killed, and some right now are still in prison.
Prison where?
I don't know, Guantanamo. And then we did spoke about this. There's only four left to be believed that's on this earth right now.
4 Nephilims left?
Yeah, before there was over 200. Now there's like only 4.
So they're extinction
Here's
level.
where, like, when I heard this, right? When I heard this guy talking about, okay, there's four left. There was 200 before. I backtrack into my vision. Everything like I'm hearing this guy talk about, I saw it in my vision already. And I know you guys won't believe it unless you see it for yourself, but I'm telling you, like, my story, like what I saw was how, I don't know what you call them, Nephilims or whatever, whoever like gave, like permission for other entities to come to this earth to bring like their product here and poison the earth with like synthetic stuff. Like they're poisoning this whole planet, right? I saw like they got caught. Here's what I saw. I saw me catching them a long time ago.
You hunted them down and caught them? Or?
I didn't hunt them down, but I asked the question. I said, which one of you guys like messed up the ocean?
I can't remember you telling me
this. I was like, who polluted the ocean? Because dude, when I was going through a mushroom trip, when I saw how they fucked up the ocean, I felt everything. Like, it overwhelmed my body. I started crying, dude. When I saw what they did to the ocean, I was like, holy shit. Like, this is when I got up. I said, who did this shit? It was like I was in like a round table, like with other like
the council members.
Yeah, like the council guys of the earth. I said, who did this? And then then we found out who did it, right? And then we found out who did it, and then they took him or her, whoever, right? They took them off planet, off. Like, a lot of people that were responsible for that, they were shipped off the planet because they got caught. And this is when I saw, like, I didn't know where they were going to go, but they showed me so many layers within, like a ranking system. The ranking system was so high. It went so deep to where the way they were being punished, right? Let's say, like, level 1 being punished here is just going to jail. Like, the level of being punished, like, within other dimensions, it got so deep to where, like, it went through, like, a system, like, it's so far, like, how they were supposed to be taken care of, like, being punished for the crime that they did on Earth. Yeah. It went so deep to where I was like, I started laughing because I was like, you guys fucked up. I was like, you guys are going to a place where I don't even know, because it showed so many layers. It's like, you're going through like 1,000 locks.
So you think jail's bad? So
yeah, that means I was like, you think like what you're being held here is bad? It's not even close. Yeah. Because I saw like a whole bunch of different locks, different dimensions, different like systems, different like. I was like, you're being judged on a level so high, I can't even comprehend how far like you're being judged right now. And I know, like, because you did this to Earth, you disrespected Earth like so bad like that.
Like, wherever they're gonna keep you at.
Yeah, you're in. I was like, you're in big trouble.
Wherever they're gonna keep you at, right? It's serious.
Yeah, and then I saw a lot of these entities here on Earth that I don't even know who gave them permission that they can stay here.
It's an inside job. It's an inside job.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Somebody let them in.
Like, whoever was like controlling Earth, they let too much people in. Like, when I say people, like different people from other galaxies, and they fucked up the shit here. Like, if you think about how different like the cultures are, like, just compare it just a little bit, like the Chinese culture to like American culture, like the stuff they eat, the range is so wide.
It's like two different worlds.
Yeah, it's so wide. And then on top of that, a lot of the stuff that they make in China, a lot of it's all synthetic. Like, really? They use so much synthetic shit to make their own food, like noodles and stuff. It's like all chemicals. Then what I saw in my visions, like, somebody brought all these synthetic chemicals here on Earth. Where? It's not natural Earth stuff. This is stuff that's
from outside,
like our galaxy, like whoever brought it. But then I saw like the guys that brought that shit here, they all got in trouble. They all got like kicked off the planet. And then when this guy said like there's 4 left because a lot of them were killed or like either they got exiled and stuff. He said there's like 4 left. I was like, I kind of believe that because during my end of my trip, I was like, okay, like I was like, most of them are gone now. Like, we should be okay now. And then he said there's like, there's like 4 left.
So they in hiding or just
not like hiding, but they're in like places where
I assume they like wanted or some shit if they're gonna be
wanted, like not by normal humans, but maybe wanted by like a galactic.
Yeah, I'm saying like for us, they can like walk right past me on the street. I wouldn't know, but
yeah, you can't.
They wanted by something greater. But hiding amongst us, I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they could walk like whatever.
Also, it would probably be harder to find them too. It would be harder to find them more than 200 because there's only 4 left. So it'd be okay. I can see why. Okay,
that's like according to this guy's research. I don't know how deep like he went into it with his team.
Yeah.
But he said like he's like one. He said he believed that one is in the Cheyenne Mountains in Colorado.
Yeah, Cheyenne Mountains.
So like one Nephilim. That's holding it down. It's still in Colorado. Another one is in Antarctica. They got like a compound out there in Antarctica. I could believe that too, because there's so many weird stories coming out of Antarctica. Like, why are they doing all this weird research out there? Why the presidents like from Russia and fucking Obama was out there at the same time in Antarctica? Like this, they had to meet up with some type of entity. This is what I'm thinking. Buzz.
It makes sense.
Yeah, the guy.
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin. Yeah. He went out there. He was like, he said like there's an evil presence in Antarctica where you should not fuck with.
Well, I think too, and it kind of makes sense if you think about it on a if you break it down to like even like on a government level, if they're going to meet these entities, they would probably have to do it on neutral ground. Yeah. Like Antarctica, like nobody, this ain't American soil, this ain't Russian soil, this ain't nothing. They probably got rules set in place. Like you'd be surprised what the government has for rules for anything on who can and cannot be there.
Yeah, because
so Antarctica would be like the perfect like neutral ground for like a meeting of
because
something from outside.
If you think about like Antarctica, like every country agreed that nobody owns that
nobody
place,
owns that shit,
or nobody can own that place. It's just for a place for research. How? Right? Wouldn't you be like, okay, I'm like the big strong country. This is Antarctica's mine.
Yeah.
Right? If you're like the big boss.
But somebody came to
an agreement. Everybody came together because they know like there's something more stronger. Something more like bigger than them.
So, like whatever's bigger than them is telling them like, look, do what y'all want the rest of this planet. But right here,
this is my house.
This is it. If we're gonna be here, this is a truce. We're gonna parlay, we're gonna talk.
So there's like one Nephilim out there in Antarctica. There's another one in Europe, like around Netherlands or the Brussels area. And then the fourth one is in Asia. Guess where?
China.
I think that's the biggest one. Like
you think that's the biggest
not
one?
Like the Chinese people. I love the Chinese people. It's their government behind them. No, that's the dark one.
It's always the government. It will always be the government.
And they infiltrated our system. They infiltrated our cell phone. Like they're in our pockets. Like whoever TikTok? Still gave them access to TikTok, they're stealing all our information, all our data, everything. Their data is gold right now. It's like a gold rush for data on humans.
Data mining. Yeah, that's all they do. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
I think Facebook got exposed for that, and that's when I realized holy shit, Facebook's doing data mining. Who else is doing it?
Google.
Everybody's doing it.
Google got sued for that shit. Like back in like when they were doing like the Street View cameras.
Really?
Yeah. Like you heard that story about?
No.
So Google, right? They started the Street View where the car go and like started recording the street. Here's what Google forgot to mention, like what they did. When they were going to the street, they were stealing like the Wi-Fi data of everything that users were going through, like websites.
As the car was going past?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's like the real thing that they got. They stole like so much data from like over 30 states, like in the US. Like personal data. Like if you were searching like how to make a tomato in your asshole, like they knew about it. And then
what?
And then over 30 states, and then they got caught, right? Yeah. So Google's like, it's like, oh yeah, like yeah, we did that, but we just don't know like the aspect of like the type of information that we got. We have to like go through it.
Comb through that shit.
Yeah, we got to comb through. We don't really know what we got. So they actually lost like the court battle. This was like a long time ago. They lost the court battle, but they only had to pay like maybe like, I don't know, like 10 million, right? Mm-hmm. And then the 10 million is supposed to go back to the people that the data got stolen, but it didn't even go back to the people. It went back to like the local big companies, like tech companies within, those states.
So what are you just sitting on it?
The people never got the money. The people that got the stolen data, like you doing the tomato on your ass, like you didn't get the money. Like the tech company got the money. So like the battle is still going on like today, but like the amount of money that Google had to pay to get out of that lawsuit, it's like let's say you make like 60,000 a year, right? You make 60,000 a year, and then you had this big case drop on you, and then your fine is like you only have to pay $1. Google, big company, billions of dollars, right?
Billions.
Like compared to like that, they only had to pay like, for example, like $1 of what they made like in 1 year.
Yeah.
For stealing data from all these houses.
Slap on the wrist.
Slap on the wrist.
That's
how they do it.
Which is crazy. I was at work the other day, and I saw like a Google car go past my window. Like going through the parking lot. I was
getting new data.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It is making the sweep to the parking lot.
Yeah, so like you would think like these entities, these Nephilims, the four that's left here on the earth, like what do you think like their main goal is? Like what do you think is money? Like what do you think it is? If you've been here for a while, like what do you think would be like their goal for doing all these things to humanity and making sure they have control over everybody. Why are they still here? Why are they so worried?
And they're supposed to be wanted too, right? Like, so it's like somebody's supposed to be out there, maybe possibly looking for them or whatever. But
I think they're scared for somebody to clock in. Like they're scared for the big dog to come in to assess like the rest of the problem that's going on.
Well, I would think that if they're still sitting here chilling and
they're scared.
Or I was thinking the other side too, where because most people ain't like have really woken up yet or some shit, they can still take advantage of anything still. Like most people don't even think about this shit or anyone any kind of level. So I would assume that if they're here, it's like there's still advantage to be taken of most people in some way. To make them like people still dislike each other so much, there's still like a resource for that hate. I guess
they collect that negative energy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So like people would ask like, okay, are they doing this for money? Like no. Like money.
Man, no, man. Money ain't shit. Money's a human construct. That shit's
like, you think we're doing this for money? Like, get out of here.
Money's
but
shit.
Like what I'm about to say, it wouldn't even make sense, like to anybody. What they're doing all this for is for glory. And then when you think about that, you're like, glory
to the gods?
Like, but glory is actually like a misunderstood concept.
Okay.
Like they're saying even gods want glory.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like if you praise like something, right, an entity, like you getting all this, it's like that clout shit. You know, like, can you imagine, like, you're a celebrity, everybody, you know, like, boosting you up. Like, I can't even imagine how they would feel.
Like, clout is for humans, glory is for
so can you imagine how, like,
shit.
How, like, a god would feel, right? If they get all the glory. If you think about it, you go to church, you hear the word glory, like, in every song. God almighty glory. Like, I don't know, but,
yeah.
But, like, the crazy thing is, like, everything is so simple. But it's not simple, but it is simple, but misunderstood.
Yeah.
It's almost like, hey, you know, I'm here. I just want my respect. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. But it's more of like the respect, the glory. I want the fame. You know, I want to be known as something in this universe.
Or the worship, maybe.
Yeah. The power, like the fear that they put on these companies.
Because for us, it's just humans are just. Actually, it's like clout, but then above that is like, yo, people.
Above that is like the hand they don't see.
Yeah. The ambition is like something they can never imagine.
Yeah, the shadow.
Yeah.
The shadow law.
The golden shadow.
That's our shit.
There you go.
They're the shadow law, the Street Fighter shit.
There you go. Oh, there you go, shadow law.
Yeah.
There you go.
The shadow government, whatever you guys want to call them. But there is a hand beyond the hand. They don't know who's calling the shots, but there's very few people that call the shot. Not people. Entities, whatever you want to call them.
Entities or something.
You know, you might see them out here on the streets one day, you know? I don't know.
They might be your neighbor. You got anything else?
Yeah. And then, like, this is why, like, saying, like, how the only way we can grasp, like, a concept of the whole knowledge of everything that happened, like, in the universe, you have to eat mushrooms. Mushrooms is like it's like you're getting the brain of, like, you're getting the whole network. It's like, let's say, like, you're eating like a hard drive of the earth.
Yeah.
And then you're getting a collection of everything that the earth knows, because the earth sees everything. The earth been here since the beginning. Then you think about like mushrooms, like mycelium, the beginning. Like, imagine like eating a memory card. Like, this is how I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Like, when you eat a mushroom, you do it properly. You're just eating a memory card, and you're being shown back like flashbacks of what happened in the past. Everything. You're seeing the whole storyline.
Okay. I can see that, yeah.
So, like, mushrooms play like an important role. It's so important. I don't even know how important people think it is, but I know there's a lot of advocates for like mushrooms trying to get, you know, the word out to more people. Like,
yeah, no, the actually real shit. They're trying to legalize that shit. I wanted to talk about it. Like, I meant to bring this up like 2 weeks ago, that they're trying to push for psychedelic reform. I think mushrooms is like on
out here.
I can't remember what state. I think they're trying to push it on like a couple of states, mainly like the typical states that have like already legalized like marijuana. They're trying to push it in there to their backyard. Of like, hey, like psychedelics are kind of a thing. There's a movement going on right now for it to at least be. I don't know if they're going for decriminalization. I wouldn't even agree with, because I don't know how many people get locked up for using shrooms or whatever the case may be. But I think they're trying to break it down into a way where it can be used as an alternative to whatever the hell Big Pharma's pushing out type stuff. Like, hey, like some people that can't be taking these damn opioids y'all pushing out to deal with mental health. This is another alternative, maybe, but
yeah,
it does seem like they're trying to like the movement is starting to pick up a little bit more though.
Because it's like, you know, like when you eat mushrooms, like if you do it properly, right? When you come out of the trip, you become like a different person. You become more positive. You see like more, you know, the light in every situation, in whatever aspect of your own life. Like you'd be like, damn, like whatever, like I thought I was going through that was so rough, it's nothing.
Try to find out silver
lining. Like, then you look at somebody that's looking from the outside, looking at you, and then they know you in real life. They're like, hey, this normal person, like he's talking weird right now, and I think it's because of the mushroom. You know, the mushroom is making him talk like that. But then, like when you think about it, like let's say like our sober state is actually like the intoxicated state, and then when you're taking like a shroom, you're being awakened to your true state. Because I mean, why would
I've always thought of that too.
Why would your like a mushroom trip be in a state where you're so positive? Why would that be a fake state? Yeah. You know, we're actually seeing like real shit. Because we're like our sober state with the quotations. We're programmed a certain way to act a certain way in public.
To be a robot, basically.
Yeah, like we're. That's why, like, when something's out of the program, you look at somebody like wilding out in public. It looks like they're crazy, but it's actually something that's out of your program to where you look like, okay, like he's not conforming to society.
Or it might be one of the things where they realize that they're like, this shit is not right, people. Like, you need to listen to me. Like,
yeah.
And then nobody's.
It
must be gonna listen.
But when like the normal person, you know, that's in society, like our brains has been locked into like a certain program to where this is right, this is wrong, and whatever. Then when we see something outside the program, like, and then we look at like, oh yeah, that guy is like crazy, like he's crazy happy, he's, you know, all over the place talking to people and shit. But then like if you take like a psychedelic properly, like I have to put that in aspect, because there's a wrong way to do mushrooms, and I've done it wrong a lot of times. But if you do it the right way, you can actually see the other side. You can see like, okay, this is the real way we're supposed to be living. Like we've been lied to. We've been like programmed to fucking be a weird ass fucking machine.
Conform to whatever the society they want us to be.
Yeah, but here's like another thing, like how I look at it. Like it needs to be people here doing like regular stuff too, because it is a balance.
Yeah, not everybody, because
not everybody can be hippie.
Yeah, cause I was gonna say that earlier too when you're saying like more people should do it with shrooms. I'm like. And I was thinking, like, well, not everybody may be built for that to go on this journey, but at the same time, everybody has their own part to play. But there does need to be a balance of where it can't be too many people just like living being robots, and it can't be too many people wide awake to the shit.
It's still a balance.
Yeah.
Shell Shock says Billy knows a thing or two because he shroomed a thing or two. Yeah. Shroom King, man. You know, I told you like my shroom story. Like ever since I started like ever since I got into the shrooms and shit, I parked at work right at this one area. Every day I park at the same spot, and that spot that I park with, guess what? That's where all the mushrooms grow. Oh. And I was like, they're following me, and I was like, no one's gonna believe this.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah, I park at the same spot, and then I was like, mushrooms only grow in front of the car. Yeah. And I was like, this is fucking cool. I almost had like a tear in my eye before I clocked in. I was like, this is special.
It's following me through the earth.
Like they welcome me, like, hey, we see you. We see. Remember, like,
we got you back.
Like when you came to my house that one time, and then my home, like, my driveway filled with mushrooms. Sure. Like the whole shit was all mushrooms.
Tiny little ones, tiny
ones. The ones that we can't eat, but it was all scattered with mushrooms. I never saw that.
There was some big ones. I never noticed it until you said something, and then
I was like, look to your right.
And that's when I was like, you know what? I realized there was something was there, but I never looked.
Yeah, all mushrooms. I was like, what the fuck?
Big, tiny, like was amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. I took
It's
a
like
picture.
a farm.
Yeah, it was wild. I was like, if it's psychedelics, yeah, I would pick it, but it's not.
Oh.
I actually got to take a quick leak, but then when I get back, I'm going to finish it up with the Global Syndicate.
All right.
You ever heard of that?
No, sir.
All right, guys, welcome back.
All right.
Bob says the wind blew, the next will be your neighbor. Yeah, that's how spores work. Like, I saw this video. All right, we're back. All right, I saw this video where, you know, the mushroom spores, they're dropping on their spores, and then the wind carried all the spores all the way to the forest.
Yeah, sometimes they cling on to like insects, bees, or like birds, whatever.
Yeah, bees. Like, I saw one where like a mushroom was growing on a bee's back.
What?
Yeah.
I ain't know. Damn, they can
I
grow
was
anywhere.
like, damn, psychedelic bumblebee.
Y'all just grow anywhere for real, right?
Yeah. Mushrooms are fucking.
Shroom bee. No.
They break down dead people.
Yeah, it's fungus.
They consume dead people.
Consumes.
Yeah.
It eats.
It's like earth filter.
Yeah.
It's one way to look at it. You know what's crazy about like mushrooms?
What's that?
Like our DNA is more closer to mushrooms than it is to monkeys.
What? How? Monkeys got like they kind of.
I saw it in a documentary. I don't know. I'm just repeating what I heard.
No. I'm not disputing it. It's just kind of like I'm saying how like. So I was thinking more like how for myself. Like how is that possible? But because I was thinking like monkeys is like. Come on, it's like other than pigs, I think monkeys are like.
It's close
to us, but
with the mushroom, the genome system, we're more related to mushrooms than we are monkeys.
Holy shit!
That's how close. Like, 'cause that's when you start to think like, okay, did we come from mushrooms?
Yeah, that was my next question. So do we?
Right. Other than you see the meme, like you guys were always mushrooms with the gunshot.
The gun in the back of your head.
You were always a mushroom, right? Crazy.
You always shrooms.
All right, so the Global Syndicate. All right, this is an organization that these guys that they knew. This is what they call it, but they don't know. Like they know it was something, but they don't know what they call it, so they just call it the Global Syndicate. So the Global Syndicate, it consists of 4 parts. One is the military part. One is the political part. One is the financial part, and then guess what number 4 is? So we got military, politics, and we got financial. What do you think number 4 is? Make it fun for you guys.
So you say global? What'd you say? What was it again?
One is military.
Military.
One
okay.
is the political.
Political.
One is financial.
Financial.
Then the 4th one would be
spiritual.
No.
I was really thinking on that.
It'll be like the media.
Oh damn! I actually put thought into that too. My bad.
Yeah, I would take that to sure. But like the 4th one would be like the global media. They end up naming it the global media empire.
Okay.
They said like even from the Roman times till now, the media people, they've been involved with designing how they want to control like the thoughts of humanity, like through entertainment and stuff.
Okay.
And then they realized, hey, like we can control like the minds of people so easily through media.
It's like, damn, they like reality TV. Oh shit.
Yeah, like at the beginning it would be like the radio.
Yeah.
You know how like can you imagine like old folks like getting around a radio,
back in the day, just
listening to a baseball game,
or just be like, hey, your show's on like Little Orphan Annie, and it's like,
yeah, that's what
radio.
they learn how to describe what's going on.
It's like, damn, they like this. Yo, we gotta amp it up to like 4K levels one day.
It happened too fast.
It happened too fast. Let's even throw the internet in there.
Yeah, like this whole thing, like what they're doing, like it's not like anything physical. Like with what they want from us, what they really want is like our soul energy. They want to suck like the souls from us, because that's where they get their real power. You know, it's not like, because let's say like if I drain you like from energy, right? I can drain you from like your negative energy because you're giving it away. You don't care about it. Like the way to do it, like through media, they're able to drain like a type of energy. Like let's say like they're showing a lot of shit in media where it's just sad, you know?
They feed off
and
that
then
shit.
you give this sad energy off. They're like, oh, let's grab it.
Nom 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 nom. Let's
Eat up all that sad energy. Because if you think about it, like in a different, like a spiritual form, like if you're not thinking about it normal, right? Let's say when you get sad, you give off like a sad energy.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they can feed off of that. They're like, oh, let's take this shit because they gave that shit away. You know?
They don't want it. It's ours now.
Yeah, like give me that.
They wasted it.
Sad emo energy. Don't. Yeah, so like they're doing like this through like the media. Like the media, it started out with like over different like 56 different companies in media. Shrink that down to like maybe like 6 companies. Right? They said the 6 companies, they said 6 white men. He made it quotation mark 6 white men like own like the whole media. And then there's 3 tech giants.
Okay.
3 tech giants that own everything. But they have to comply to like the 6 guys that they're responsible for like the media. Because if you look at it, there are a lot of weird videos where they show the news saying all the same shit. And if you think about that, okay, they're all in the same media group. And then if you think about that, then they're like, okay, there's not like ABC and Fox is no more different than NBC and PBS.
Oh my God.
They're all in the same boat.
What was that? We talked about it before. I can't remember. It might have been an old podcast, but I
thought that was bananas. What was bananas?
Oh, that was a while ago.
My bad.
That was a while ago. Oh my God. I remember, the news organization. It starts with an S. Is it?
SOC 9? I'm just playing. I don't know.
Oh, fuck. I can't think of it, but it was like a news organization that ran the same type of news, and they got caught. Like, it just showed a clip of all the news organizations saying the same scripted events.
Yeah, so that's how you know, like, it's the same company.
Is it Saconia? Who the fuck? Shellshock, help me, please. Shellshock, if you're here. Damn it.
Shellshock, you hacker.
Please help me, Shellshock. I know he might know this.
Look it up real quick. Let me just open it real quick.
Yeah. No, but it was a news organization that it was is it Sigourney? I was about to say Sigourney Weaver, but it's something that starts with an S. But it was a news organization that was owned that I didn't realize that it was like an entire corporation that owns this many news organizations, but they run it in the same news and the same script. Is
it PBS?
No, nah, not PBS. No.
All right, so while Shellshock's looking that up, I'm gonna hit the next segment.
I hope he looks it up.
So like with the Nephilims, right?
Yeah.
The big thing is like bloodlines. So like the whole system, it runs off a hierarchy, right? Like you hit certain rank and stuff, but once you get to the high rank, you have to have a certain bloodline, like to even be accepted there, you know?
Yeah. Not
like no royal bloodline or stuff. Like you just have to have like that type of blood. So like what this special blood was, like it goes back to like Adam and Eve. Like this is actually a thing. Like with Cain, you guys know Cain. Like
Cain and Abel.
Yeah. Like Cain was born with like a special type of DNA. What's special about his DNA is that his DNA, it can hold human form and demon form, like within like the same body, right? So
Cain's the first murderer, I think. He's the first murderer.
Here's what Cain did. Cain started fucking everybody, right? Spreading this DNA out. So there was a lot of people that held that DNA, where their DNA can hold a demon entity in it, because it has that special Cain blood. Cain came from like a god blood. He has god blood, and god blood can hold DNA blood. So the whole shit with the bloodline, how if you wanted to be like in, like the group, I don't know. I'm gonna just say Illuminati. I don't even know if that's true or not, but let's just say that's the group.
Yeah.
Right. So if you want to be like in this elite group, right, like at the top, like it doesn't matter like who you are. You just have to have the blood type. So like for thousands of years, like there's the good people that on the earth that's trying to get rid of this bloodline. They're trying to get rid of the DNA where a soul can hold a demon. Because they don't want demons to be walking amongst us with humans on Earth, right?
Like they like us,
right? So they had a little war and stuff, to where they tried to scatter like the bloodline as far as they can, by killing off like a lot of these demons or a lot of these people that had the same bloodline, right? So you fast forward it, because like the bloodline, a lot of it died, but there's still some people that hold that same bloodline.
Okay.
So you fast forward to like 1970, 1980. This is when they started the Human Genome Program. And they did this like at the Johns Hopkins University.
Johns Hopkins, yeah.
Yeah, where they try to map certain DNA, like where they're trying to spot out like, the DNA that they're looking for. So they went to Congress. They're trying to get funding for this project, for the Genome Project. Like, hey, like, could we get some money to run this Genome Project? Like so we can learn about these different type of traits of human DNAs. Congress said, nah, we're not gonna fund your little project for DNA. This is a long time ago too, like in the 70s. So they didn't fund the project. So like that project, it ended up going to a private company where they started doing everything privately, where they started collecting like human data privately. Nobody knows about this shit. And they started collecting like information on human data, and they started mapping it on the whole like United States and the globe, trying to map like who else on Earth has this DNA that can harness like a demon entity, right? So if you fast forward it later, you have companies like 21andMe, or is it 21 or 23andMe?
23andMe, just 23andMe.
Is it 23 chromosomes?
Something like that, I don't know.
Yeah, so you have like companies like that, and then Ancestry, where you can put your DNA in whatever saliva or blood sample, you send it to the company, and then they say, hey, this is where you're from. So
30% African.
Like they're like, hey, like we can actually, because the government, Congress, they didn't fund them, right? So it's like, okay, we're gonna do it as a private company, and we're gonna make people pay for it,
and it worked.
It worked, and that's how they got funded. That's why it's so expensive. So now they're able to find out whoever holds the blood, like the DNA blood of like Cain, the demon blood. That's what I call it, demon DNA. Like they were looking for the people that can hold DNA that you could put a demon in, and you could walk amongst Earth. Because a normal human body, like let's say me and you, we're normal human people. Let's say you put like a demon inside us. It can't even live in us. It will kill us.
The Cain DNA, I guess.
Our body would reject it, and then we end up to die eventually. So like the strong DNA body, the one that has the good God blood, they were able to map that, like using like Ancestry.com,
to track it.
23andMe, to track whoever has the good blood. Then they're trying to migrate these people, like the people where they find out, like, okay, in Europe they have so much people that have like this type of blood. We're try to get them to like a certain area to where, we can control like where the real DNA is at, like the real blood is at. So they started to figure out like, okay, Africa, we don't have that much. America, we have like a lot, but it's all scattered around.
Yeah.
We have to get these. So they're like, okay, the new world. They're like, okay, this is so easy. We just gotta tell them like where their blood come from, and then they're willingly to give up their DNA.
They'll give out money. We don't need government funding.
They're like, on top of that, they're gonna pay us because we're not being funded by the government. As a private company. They're gonna pay us money,
and they're probably gonna trust us even more because we're not the government, I guess. But
they're gonna pay us to tell them that their blood came from like Ireland.
That reminds me of what chat say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Trying to think. Okay, so Shell Shock says Shell Shock says in the chat, it slipped my mind as soon as you start saying it, but basically it's something along the lines of the big six media companies. Yeah, we was talking about with the media, and cause I knew Shell Shock was gonna know what we was talking about with how they're running the media, and it's owned by like some companies of just running the same type of bullshit.
Same information. There's like a whole bunch of different networks, but it's all controlled by
like Viacom or some shit or whoever. I don't know, whatever. But I was thinking about with this show, I feel like I bring this up all the time. The TV show Supernatural. There's a season where Dean Winchester, he winds up getting possessed by the. Long story short, the two main characters of Supernatural are both like Sam and Dean are descendants of the sons Cain and Abel. That's their bloodline. Their destiny is to fight each other and eventually kill each other, and then start the next rapture or whatever. That's supposed to be the at one point that was a line of the show, but eventually Dean, one of the main characters of the show, gets a hold of like the blade of Cain.
Yeah.
The blade looks like it looks amazing. It looks like the bottom jaw of like some kind of like dinosaur creature that's tied to a stick, but it's like
a
sharpened.
holy mammoth.
They're like when you look at the blade, it looks like the bottom jaw of a creature, but it's like sharp at the top. But you can still see the teeth, and like the teeth is still in it. But basically, it's like when he holds it, that's like killing machine mode, because Cain is like the first murderer in the history of humanity, like supposedly the first murderer.
He's the first Ted Bundy.
And and he killed his brother Abel. And so anybody who comes in possession of it or anything like that, they get the mark of Cain, and when they wield it, they go on this berserker rage mode. The thing is though, even though they get stronger and they become do all this, they're gonna die at an earlier age. It kind of burns them out type thing. But that's what it reminded me of when we talking about like with the whole Cain.
You think like when you talk about it like that, right? When you talk about Cain and Abel, the whole story, like when you talk about stories like that, you think that like they actually hear you talk about it, and then they get a boner hearing you talk about them like that?
Oh, he's a believer.
Like, oh, they're talking about me again.
Like he don't even, like this man don't even believe in a higher power, but he likes that shit. That Cain and Abel shit is dope though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I like a lot of
Neil deGrasse ass.
I like a lot of stories from the Bible.
He's like, he talking about me.
Hey,
yeah. And then he listened to you. He's like, oh shit. Boner alert.
I'm absorbing all that shit.
Glory.
Glory. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to think of. Glory.
Get those glory points. What do you call that? An earth cloud points?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like everybody knows Jesus lived in Australia. But yeah, that's like pretty much like all I got. But moral of the story, they're still here. There's a few of them still here. I believe him. I don't know if his numbers are right, like 4. Like, I don't know. Maybe there might be a little bit more that's still here, that's still controlling it. But I know there's like a hand behind like the hand. Anybody you ever see like in the news, big guys, leaders, presidents, they're just a puppet. All of them are a puppet. It doesn't matter what country it is. You got to think like there's like an overall hand on top of all that shit.
Who controls that? But then
there's a hand. There's a hand outside. All of them know that.
Yeah, it's like whoever controls them, then who controls the people that's controlling them, and then so forth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who's controlling the one that's controlling them?
Yeah, like if somebody's controlling like the leaders of the world, then who's controlling the leaders? The ones that's controlling the leaders of the world. Like, It's always something more.
It goes on infinity. Forever. But what's gonna be crazy is like when you take a mushroom trip and then they give you this power and then they make you feel like you're in control.
The Matrix,
right? That's when like I look at it. I was like
Neo.
I was like, why? I was like, you guys playing with me right now, right? And like I gave like my friend a trip. He had the same trip. Comes out of nowhere. I'm God. I'm like, no. They told me that too.
Chill.
Stop.
Well, all
they
God.
They gave you the same USB drive. Like you're looking at a story, and that's why like I want to do it like with you guys. I want to see like what you guys see. You know, I'm trying to figure the story out. I'm writing it like in my journal. What's going on? It's the psychedelic shit. People are sleeping on it. Like it can really help your life. Like
sure, I mean,
yeah, it really can, because it'll make you see like whatever you're going through. It's like, man, you're taking it too serious.
I agree. It allows you to take a step back from a lot of things. Thing with psychedelics right now in 2022, we're just now having people starting to accept weed as like not being like a hardcore drug.
That's still new.
So psychedelics is like maybe 20 years out from now. So that's just like how I think about how the mind of the world thinks of. It's getting to it. It's just I can see you as like an older man.
I was like, I'm so frustrated, like as a shaman. But I can't call myself a shaman. But
I can see you as a man in your 50s, though, being like, once the world finally catches up, then you got the knowledge for them. You got like,
I got that one spot.
You got like your own like clinic. You like,
they're like, hey, where's that gate at? Right there, and then right there is actually me.
Yes, like, holla.
Hey, where's that gate?
Oh, you have your own clinic. You be like, look, I've been waiting for y'all to catch up for like 20 years now. But
I wouldn't say like that.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I wouldn't say shit. I'd be like, ready? You guys ready?
Welcome. Welcome.
You guys ready? Let's go.
You can't belittle them.
Because everybody, they have their own. Everybody has their own journey. Like you can't be like, oh, I told you so. No, you can't say that. Everybody, they have to get to that part in their life.
Has their own gear.
Yeah, they're going through their own journey. Like that's why you just can't say, hey, take this shortcut, boom. Other than you be like, hey, I told you so. No. Let them learn. Because you all come to it, like, if you actually, like, people that actually, like, they've been through a lot to where they're like, oh, man, what else could there be in life? They're the one that actually venture out into, like, new, different type of styles of, not styles, but, like, different views on life.
Yeah.
So this is where they go to the jungles, like Costa Rica, whatever, you know, where they take, like, legit psychedelics, ayahuasca, where they literally, they die.
Some people like, I want to go to
they die and come back.
I want to go to the source. Like, I don't want no street level shit. I want to go to.
They want the heart.
The man.
Yeah, it's like you almost strip like everything that you know. You go through a jungle, like you're pretty much naked. You know, like it's almost like you have to be vulnerable for you to experience the trip. Like, let's say you did this shit like in $1 million mansion, it would not be the same because you still feel protected. You know.
Yeah.
That's just how I see it, but I'm pretty sure you can get the same type of trip, but that's how I kind of see it, like a little bit, because I heard like Megan Fox talk about it, like when Megan Fox and like her boyfriend or husband, like they did the ayahuasca trip, right? They went to the jungles, and then they went through like so much shit to where it almost like they had to be vulnerable because they
make sure I get it. Yeah,
the makeup, everything is done. Like you're not cute no more. Like you're like. The
all
makeup
natural.
Is all, yeah, you're natural. Like, you're in the jungle.
The Hollywood shit is out the window. Like, if you really want to find the truth, go as your true self. I can see. I can. Yeah, like I can literally imagine what it is.
And she was sweating and she smells like shit and whatever. And they went to the jungle. They did their psychedelic trip, ayahuasca trip, and it woke her the fuck up. Like, it humbled her. It humbled like Machine Gun Kelly maybe.
And the journey is never like down the street. It's like, hey, backpack, hike, ride a boat.
Yeah, they went through like some real shit because like
you can't take a shower or a bath. All the things that society's like, keep yourself clean. Like, you gotta be natural when you go in.
Yeah, she didn't know when she was gonna take a bath. She's like, oh, I don't know. Like,
you might be even hungry. You might be hungry on this trip.
But let me tell you like this one story before we clock out.
All right.
This guy that took a psychedelic, he was like a club owner. Maybe I told the story like last week. He did like a psychedelic with like Russian people. Okay, let me tell you a question, like a quick story about Russian people. You know what Russian people, they're known to be like so hardcore.
Yeah.
You know why?
Fight bears and shit. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know.
You know when Russian people, like when they're born, the babies. You know what they do with the babies?
Fight them.
They put them outside in the snow, like the nursery's outside in the snow in the cold. So they get that immune system like real quick. Like, hey, this is life. It's cold. Evolve right now. And there's it sounds funny, but there's pictures.
I believe it. That's all laughing.
There's pictures. And I learned it from Lex Friedman, the Russian guy. Like, on the podcast, he just like interviewed with Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I'm sub to him now.
Yeah, like he's a Russian guy. He said like
he's Russian.
Yeah.
Hey, he sounds alright. Okay.
Yeah, like he was saying like I can't post the episode with like Mark Zuckerberg because I'm gonna go to Russia or Ukraine and talk to Vladimir Putin.
Huh.
He's like that type of guy.
Okay.
He was like, if I can edit it on the plane, I'll do it. But I'm gonna head over there and talk to him. You know, because it's like a lot of crazy shit going on. And damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's all good.
But yeah, Megan Fox and stuff, they took like ayahuasca. Now, like, to me, like when I look at them, they look like real people.
No, it actually makes
like,
sense.
Nothing is holding them back. Like, they're living their real life. Like, you can't even hate on that. And that shit is beautiful, man. Like,
no, it makes sense. It makes sense too, because I remember when they got married. Oh fuck.
Shell Shock says, "Check your phone, Chris." No, but go ahead.
It makes sense because oh shit, for real, this is it.
Oh, the baby's outside?
Motherfucker.
Yeah, they're outside in the snow. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like when you told me, I was laughing because like I believe it because I've seen them wrestling like teenage bears. I don't know what you want to call them, but not baby bears, not big bears, but teenage bears.
Like, so what happened for the listeners? Like, Shell Shock sent a picture to Chris with babies outside in the snow. Yeah. I guess they're in Russia. But
yeah, even Bob says in chat,
there's like a nursery outside.
Even Bob says Europeans leave their babies outside the restaurants while they eat. No shit.
Yeah.
Maybe they're too strong. Maybe sometimes they need some TLC. That might be too
You
hardcore.
know, when we have kids, they're gonna be outside.
Man, no.
Put like a little Ring camera, you know.
I'm dropping my kid off at the house at your house.
Oh shit! They took a fox. Took him. Like we have foxes here. Holy shit!
Fox just ran off with the baby basket.
A black bear came out of nowhere. Took your kid.
Oh, amazing. Maybe we doing something wrong out here. I don't know. But I don't know. Russia's trying to go to war. So I don't know. That's crazy. Look at these.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna go like full out war. Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
No, they're not gonna do it. Because if they do it, we're all gonna die. Like,
No,
nuclear war is too much. I don't think even. I think if the option of nuclear war comes up, even with Vladimir Putin, somebody from the Russian government is gonna step in and kill his ass. At the end, nobody wants to die. That's the most human. Nobody really wants to die, no matter what. Even people that go to church and believe in a higher power, believe in a God.
Did, die
like, this is the saying I heard a while ago, is that everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. That's real shit. Nobody ain't trying to like get up out of here right now. So if it comes down to it,
everything is a risk when you think about it.
Everything
you do,
everything.
Like you want to live, right? There's a risk because you're gonna die.
It's gonna happen.
Nobody makes it out alive.
No, nobody escapes this shit.
You'll die. Like that's the moral of the story.
It is. But it all is like, how do you want to go out? That's what's gonna come down to. How you want to nuclear explosion? If you cool with that?
I want my shit to be like real dramatic.
I want mine to be a meteor, like
I want my shit to be crazy, like
don't look up. I want my shit to be like that.
I want my shit to be like.
I'm gonna be at the beach when that shit comes down.
He got hit by a Starlink satellite.
Well, that's like the worst
from
luck.
Elon.
That's bad luck then.
Checking his mailbox and got hit by a Starlink satellite that was headed over to Louisiana, but it stopped by Georgia unexpectedly. Killed this young
The math
male.
was off. Checking the mail.
Killed this young male.
Getting his Amazon box and
Asian.
Who had a mysterious amount of mushrooms in their yard for some reason. What was he?
You know what's funny? Oh, never mind. It's like a different story. But I saw an article about like an infant baby coming alive after they were doing their funeral for the baby.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they were doing a funeral.
That's horrifying.
They were doing a funeral for an infant baby, and then the baby came back alive.
I would fucking howl. Oh my god.
The baby was like, ha ha.
I got a weird feeling in my stomach just hearing that. Just know that.
Got him.
How did the people react? What did they do?
I don't know.
It's a miracle.
Maybe they call her like Miss Cleo. I don't know. Miss Cleo.
Calling me now. I'd have walked the hell up out of there and went home and had a drink.
Shell Shock says, why you gotta be a black bear? What other bears are there? Polar bears?
Yeah. White bear.
If it ain't a black bear, it's a white bear.
Brown bear.
Man, that makes me want to watch Django.
I love that movie. I still think it's the greatest movie of all time.
It is.
It's got everything I want in the movie.
You know what's crazy?
Good dialogue,
yeah,
action, a love story. It's everything. It's everything rolled up into one. It's like a lasagna of a movie.
Yeah, like that movie.
It's so amazing.
I didn't think I was gonna like it. I only watched it because somebody told me to watch it. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. I didn't think I was gonna like it because I don't like cowboy stuff. I don't like old stuff.
Westerns. I love westerns.
Yeah, I don't like none of that stuff. So then I watched it, and then 10 minutes in, I'm like, oh, hold on.
You just killed these two motherfuckers on horses.
An hour in, I was like, oh,
there's more.
Like I was like, this shit, it cut deep, man. Like
so inspirational.
Like I can understand like this could be like one of the movies that is gonna be like one of the movies that's gonna affect like
influential.
Influence like a generation.
Yeah, I saw the movie. Actually, I think back when I was in high school, and I was a huge fan of Kill Bill. In my brain, I used to watch the History Channel a lot, and there was this one show called Wild West Tech, where it used to show like technology. This was back when History Channel used to like have history shows, not this whole
reality fish tank,
Pawn Stars and shit. This is back when they showed actual cool shit. And there was a show called Wild West Tech, and they showed like the technology that gunslingers back then would use, and then they would do like another show on History Channel talking about the best outlaws of the West back then. And a lot of people don't notice there was a lot of black outlaws running around back then during the Wild West, like Robert Trains and shit, like posses. It was amazing. I used to love the fuck out of that show. And then
it's a jack move, N-word.
And then when I was like back in high school, I started like trying to write like ideas down for like, especially after I played the first OG Red Dead Redemption. I was like, they should make like a movie of like a black cowboy. And then I thought about, I was like, yo, you can name him Red because like, not because his hair, because he has like his eyes kind of like light brown, but it almost looks red in the sun, like doing a shootout or something. But he's actually an outlaw. But his father used to be like an actual marshal, like a cop or some shit, which is a true story. Like, but that's a whole other thing. But I was trying to base off of like a true story a little bit, but kind of make it fictional. And then years and years and years like later, they came out with Django. And I was like, oh my god! I was like,
the D is silent.
I was like, I've always wanted.
I count 6 shots. I count 2 guns.
And I've always wanted that as a movie.
Yeah.
And when I saw it in theaters, I screamed and I loved every second of it.
Yeah. To me, like my regret was not watching it in the movies.
The shootout at the end at Candyland, it was so loud in theaters. I was screaming, but I couldn't hear myself scream. Because me and the people in the theater was like, oh shit, but you couldn't hear yourself say, oh shit.
It's so high.
It's so much.
Dude, it was like, it almost, you just had to get up and start running around. Because it was so, like the kid say like lit, but
yes. I'm going to get it on till I die.
Like, oh, you're corny if you say that. But dude, that shit was so fucking crazy.
That shit was so hard. And I was like, screaming.
It was so good. I was like, holy shit.
I saw it twice in theaters. And the first time I was going to see it was with this girl I was talking to, who's a Quentin Tarantino fan. She had told me
from which movie?
I think her movie was probably Kill Bill. I think there's like a lot of people's introduction. Mine was like Pulp Fiction. I saw that shit when I was a kid on VHS.
Yeah, I started like Pulp Fiction and like Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs after that, yeah. I went into that and that, yeah. And so she went to see it in the movies theaters with me, Django. She went to see it in theaters with me. I was like, yeah, sure, let's go on a date. But I knew I wanted to watch this by myself. That was my whole plan. So I saw it by myself at first. Loved it. Then when I saw it with her, pretend like I never saw it.
Oh, so you reacted like...
And I was like, oh, yay! But I was like, shit, this is my favorite part's coming up. Because I knew I was going to love this movie so much. Some movies I watch, I want to watch by myself. Like, nobody. Just me in the theater. Just, I don't know. I want to come out like a movie snob sometimes.
I would, if I can go back, I would watch that in theaters.
It's amazing.
Yeah, Shell Shock says Reservoir Dogs.
Yes. Yo, I even have the movie case of Reservoir Dogs in the DVD case I have it in. This is back when they were still doing Blu-rays, right? It was like the DVD case looks like a gas canister, and if you open up the gas canister, you pull out the DVD box. It looks like a matchbook.
Whoa!
And you open it up, it's got like 2 discs in it.
Wow!
It's one of the best. I still have it
because I remember I borrowed your Matrix DVD set.
Yes, dude, I'm big on movies. I had like the Neo.
I was like, let me watch this Matrix shit.
I had the Neo bust.
He gave me like this DVD with like all these entrapments. I was like, wait, what the fuck is all this shit?
Is a bust of Neo in it?
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
I'm a huge movie fan. Some certain movies I'm like, yo, this is...
I was like, let me get that Matrix movie. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Which one do you want? It's like, I got 3 movies plus 6 other discs with the backgrounds, like just behind the scenes shit.
Yeah, this shit was cool. Like,
yeah, I love it.
But hell yeah, man, Nephilims, they're still here. There's still some here. I don't know how we fight these guys, but they're still like I feel like they're in desperate mode. They're doing a lot of like really high risk moves, like for example, shutting the world down. How the fuck you do that? Hey. How the hell you get all these countries on the same page? That's fucking crazy.
That means they still got pull.
Yeah, that's like one of the things like this guy was talking about. It's like if they're able to do that, like fuck, like
what's the next?
We might be really far away from them. Like their reach is too strong.
Yeah,
you know, because even whatever you say, like in media and stuff, like they control the media. They control like the information. They control like the academics studies on the media, and the academic studies that they fund, right?
Yeah,
their academic studies is funded, but they do the studies to where it makes them look like they're right. Let me give you like an example, like Google, right? They were saying like Google is a monopoly. Like, all right, guess what the fuck Google did? They have Google. They wouldn't admit it to it, but they have like an article written about Google saying like they're not a monopoly, and they explain like in detail how Google is not a monopoly. But if you look back like at the author that like they published, the one that published that article about Google not being a monopoly, it's being funded by Google academics.
I know it's bullshit.
Like Google,
bullshit.
They hold all the cards, even if like all the fingers are pointed towards them. They have the academic studies that to prove that
to validate that bullshit.
And then whoever reads the the article, anybody that reads it, like, okay, there's like somebody like a publisher outside of Google, they did the article talking about, okay, let me explain to you why Google is not a monopoly. Then boom, Google's off, like, the list of being a monopoly company.
Hey, look.
So if you own it, if you think about it like that, if you have the whole cards in your hand, right?
You the game.
You control the whole game. You control the academic studies,
which people trust.
Yeah, because they read it. Little do they know, like, it's a part of the same company.
I knew Google got too powerful. When they got YouTube, but that's my thing.
Yeah, that was like the start. That was the start of like where you realize, okay, they're getting too much power.
I was like, I need a password to watch this shit now. What the fuck?
like here's one thing. Like me, like being on the internet for like a long time.
Yeah.
Like you started,
the evolution.
You know the evolution of like technology, and like the patterns of how companies roll and shit. So you create like this like media literacy. Like you start understanding like what is fake, what is real. So it's hard I can tell like a lot of people, they can't tell the difference between like a real article and a fake article.
A whole lot of people like that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that. I was like, whoa, I was like, you believe that? Like,
the first thing you read, you jumped on that?
I was like, stop, like hold on, like.
You didn't tell like someone was off with that?
Hold on, don't just jump the gun. Like you think this is it? Like stop. That's just like an article. Like use your own brain too, like a little bit. So logic. I know like a lot of like the people that's new to the internet, they don't have like the media literacy. So
I know.
It's like babies jumping into a pool. They don't know what's in the pool yet.
I've noticed that with older generations getting on Facebook now.
Yeah, with the older generations,
holy
the main
shit,
one,
dude. How they operate on Facebook, it's horrifying.
That's the scary one. The older generation that know, like, okay, I know how to use a computer. I know like all this stuff, but they haven't been there from the beginning.
But this is the same
they just got there.
This is the same generation that told us, man, the internet's gonna rot your brain. Y'all believe anything y'all want, and now they're starting to get into like social media stuff now, and they believe in every damn thing that gets thrown in their face. I'm like, stop. I gotta hold your hands to this shit now. I don't know.
It's scary. That's why
it's horrifying.
You just don't know like who's like smart. It's like smart enough to distinguish like if something was like a false information.
Yeah, it's
getting to the point where it is hard for anybody now.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of it is like, damn, it does sound true.
We haven't even hit like the deepfake territories yet. The deepfake territory is still like in its infancy. Wait till like 2030. We ain't gonna know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, it's wild. All right, guys, we're gonna close out this episode.
Oh yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Episode 93.
Hell yeah.
Nephilims out here holding it down. They're out there
all day. They ain't going anywhere.
Still trying to hold on to whatever they want to hold on to this earth, because they're doing desperate moves and shit, like with the whole mandate vaccine. You guys gotta get this shit, But if you think about it, I think about it on the bigger picture. Let's say this shit does like manipulate your DNA to where you do hit like a higher frequency. But the only reason why they want you to hit a higher frequency is to get, like, so we can be noticed by Ultra Senpai, would be like the ultra, like, alien
top
guy.
Dog, yeah.
He'd be like, doot, doot, doot. Oh.
we got contact.
Our boy Roscoe was on Earth the whole time on this low vibration planet.
Hiding here?
This motherfucker Roscoe was here the whole time. We thought he was dead.
My boy Roscoe.
Let's go get our boy. Like maybe the whole time they had to get like the humanity to reach a certain population
to expose
where our consciousness hit high enough, because they lost all technology to reach like, a higher consciousness. They tried for thousands of years. Like, damn, the only way we can do it, we have to hit population high enough to where we can control the population to think like a certain way to where we can get that frequency up so high enough to where we can get our brother. What's his name?
Yeah. So like just to notice that shit?
Yeah. The way they can get their brother out there to notice, like, oh, shit, they sent, like, the fucking warning signal. Let's go out there and scoop our buddy Roscoe.
Let's get him.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, because there's videos where they have these NASA scientists saying, like, yeah, we did have the technology to go to the moon and back, but we lost it. So I'm thinking that's, like, code for, like, we actually lost the technology for the people that was here that's actually really trying to get off the planet along, like, thousands of years ago. Where they could imagine landing on a planet, right? Where the people, like, so stupid, like, you couldn't, but you lived for, like, 10,000s of years, and you're trying to reteach people because you're trying to get off the planet. Like, you're desperate now.
You're stuck.
Yeah. And then you get bored, you rape every shit you see. But that gets boring too. Like,
you're eventually gonna get bored.
Yeah, like, that's when you're like, fuck, like, I gotta get the fuck off this planet. And then it reached to the point, like, now where the technology is, like, advancing enough to just where, like, holy shit, we can actually get contact with, like, our brothers that been looking for us
this whole time.
So that the GPS go off, like, beep beep beep, boom, Earth
got him.
We got you guys. Like,
got him, coach.
Hey, we got you locked, Roscoe. We see you. We're on our way. And they're like fucking 2 trillion light years away. Like a spaceship.
They've been waiting the whole time.
A regular spaceship here would take like what? Like
fucking
100 trillion billion years just to reach.
We would never get there.
Yeah, but then it only takes them like 5 years. But yeah, we gotta cut this episode.
I gotta pee too so bad.
All right, guys. Peace out. Adios. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Catch you guys next week on Tuesday.
See you guys.
It's not illegal to not listen to music. It's illegal to